Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dan Warner. Today we're going to be talking about callbacks. Now, because we are in a pandemic, the callbacks are usually via Zoom. Sometimes there are no callbacks. You'll get booked right off of your tape. That's why self-taping is so important, to prepare for it and put your best foot forward. When you do your audition on tape, you should have the best lighting you can. You should have the best sound that you can. You should have the best backdrop that you can. You should be off book. And when you're doing your auditions on tape, do them as many times as you want to get it right. We are now in an era where we have to do everything online and submit it via the internet. And so it's all done virtually. So you have the time. You can do 8, 10, 12 takes. The phrase good enough should not be in your vocabulary. Everyone else has the same opportunity. Now, when you're in the room, when back in the day, a year ago, when you could go in the actual casting room, you only got one shot at it, maybe two. And now we've got multiple shots at it. So we can do it over and over and over again. Don't do it till you get it right. Do it till you can't get it wrong. And then play with it and have some nuances and have some different choices. All that is important because at the callback, which is what we're talking about today, then you'll be super prepared. You'll be really ready for the callback. You'll have all those choices. You will have done it. You know, let's say you did it 8 or 10 or 15 times. You've auditioned for this part 8, 10, 15 times. Now at the callback, it's going to be like putting on an old shoe. It should be fine. And you'll be ready in case they sort of try to mix it up. One of the things you have to be ready for is be ready for it all to be different. I have gone to auditions and I read the sides of the script and I have just a little bit of dialogue. And the woman who's playing my wife has a bunch of dialogue. So I read my little bit of dialogue and she's got all the other dialogue, so I don't really worry about that. This was a few years back. So I get a call back and I'm running late, so I wasn't on time and I was not prepared and I wasn't ready for it to all be different. Now I'm at a callback. Now the director is in the room with the agency and the client. And I get to the table to sign in and the guy says, oh, yeah, so now you're going to be reading all the wife's dialogue and she's going to be reading your dialogue, so you guys have swapped. So now I've got a quarter page of dialogue that I don't know. I've not looked at it. I've not memorized it. I don't know anything about it because why would I? Well, why would I? Because that's the right thing to do. I was being lazy. Be ready for it all to be different. When you get the sides, when you get the script, if there's a female or male dialogue that's not yours, memorize that too. Know the entire script. The more you know, the better you're going to be, and your responses will be equally as good because you won't be just waiting for them to say their lines so you can remember what you're supposed to say. If you know the entire script, if you know the whole spot of the commercial or the entire script of the film or TV show that you're on, if you know everyone's dialogue, you're going to be on your game and you're going to have an unfair advantage over everyone else. So I had to scramble to memorize this woman's, now that they switched the parts, I had to scramble to memorize the dialogue. I did it, but it would have made it much easier if at the original audition I took the sides and took them home with me. And when you get the callback, you just read it over and over and over and you have the whole thing memorized. That way when you show up and they go, hey, we've switched your parts, you go, okay, that's fine. Because you know what all the other actors are doing? They're going, oh, duh. And the reason I know that is because that's what I did. So a lot of these stories that I tell you, a lot of these little anecdotes and tips are because I've made this mistake and I've done these things myself. So as far as callbacks go, be ready for it all to be different. Know your lines, know their lines, know everyone's lines. Know the director's name. Know what projects he's worked on. IMDb is a fantastic resource for you. Find out who the producers are. Find out what else they've done. Go find the director's reel, because they've got a reel somewhere online. Find out what production company they're with. Look at their stuff. And then remember that stuff. And if it's appropriate, while you're in the Zoom meeting, you can say, hey, I really like that Planters Nuts commercial that you shot last year. It was really funny with the squirrel who comes down and does the thing and the thing. If it's appropriate and there's time, and you're not schmoozing, you're saying genuinely, hey, I really liked your spot. They're going to remember that. The directors are going to remember that. They're going to go, oh, this person did his homework. He knows who I am. He knows I've done this, and this. And it makes people feel good. And it's just a super smart thing to do. So there's your callback tip of the day. Be ready, and be ready for it all to be different. You look a certain way and you perform a certain way. And as far as getting a callback, 80% of the reason you got the callback is how you look. Okay, 20% of it is what you did. Now with the callback, 80% of how you're going to get the job is what you do. And 20% of it is still how you look. So you got to step up your game for the callback. And don't do anything wildly different. Just be uber prepared for the callback, and you will book more jobs. My name is Dan Warner. Thanks for visiting my channel. If you liked this information, hit the like button down below. If you've not subscribed yet to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, because I do these videos all the time and they're super helpful. I've been a full-time actor for 20 years. I've done 80 television shows and films, and I just shot my 110th television commercial. So I've been doing this for a while, and I know stuff. I know lots of stuff. And I'm going to tell you stuff, and you're going to know stuff too. It's so good to know stuff. So be smart and learn stuff and know stuff. And that's it. All right.